Hi Pokefans, I'm actually starting a new Nuzlocke playthrough challenge today, and it's actually going to be Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Now, I really like the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl games, so naturally I wanted to try a Nuzlocke challenge in this new version of the games. Especially since we have so much potential and the champion is of course the toughest. Anyway, since we did just complete a Nuzlocke challenge with Pokemon Shield, which went pretty well, I just thought that I do want to try the same over here as well. And now that we are actually playing a Nuzlocke challenge, I did decide to skip out the initial cutscenes and directly go to the part where we are getting our starters. As far as the starters, I did decide to choose Chimchar. Now I could have chosen either Piplup or Turtwig, but in my original playthrough I did go ahead and choose Piplup. And for this one I did want to have a strong fire type Pokemon, especially since this game does not really provide us many options. Anyway, we do have a abundance of grass type Pokemons, and I believe we can find something somewhere. And another thing is, I have never chosen Chimchar as my starter till now. Even though I did play through this game multiple times, I was either choosing Piplup or Turtwig. So let's see how Chimchar actually does as a team member. I mean, this is my main Pokemon and it's gonna be doing a lot of work for my team. So let's go ahead and see how this playthrough goes. I'm actually hoping that we can try and win this challenge as well. But I have heard a lot of challenges just ending due to Cynthia. That is the main battle that we're trying to get to. So let's see how this goes. Alright, now that we have got our starter Pokemon, let's skip ahead and move on forward. Well, here we are in Sandgem Town. I'm actually making my way back to Twin Leaf Town as we have just completed the whole cutscene and also received our Pokédex. This is actually an ideal situation as I've gone ahead and bought a few Pokeballs as well. In the first, I was a bit doubting whether we'll actually get a chance to buy Pokeballs before, the NPC actually gives it to us. But anyway, since I have bought a few Pokeballs, we can actually try and get our first encounter in Route 1. Or I guess we have to say Route 201 in this game. I'm really not bothered with the encounters of these first few routes. I know there are a few really good Pokemons that you can get. For example, we have Starly, Shinx. These are the main typical Pokemons that most of the people use on their playthrough. And I'm actually hoping to get them. I do know we'll get a Bidoof over here as well, but it's better to have one here rather than later in this game. So I guess we are making our way out and starting our new journey. Of course, with a brand new hat that looks way cooler. And I think I really like the characters in this game. I mean, the best character is, of course, I still feel like it's from Pokemon Legends Arceus. But I still think this game does have a nice character addition over here. Anyway, here is our very first encounter and it seems like it's a Bidoof. Alright, this was expected. I was hoping to get a Starly, but we do have a Bidoof encounter over here as well. So this is not that disappointing. Let me actually try and bring it down a bit more, and then we can actually go ahead and catch it with our Pokeball. Now we do have another small cutscene that's actually coming up, and this is gonna be in Route 202, and I'm actually gonna be skipping that as well. It's just a tutorial for us to show us how we need to catch a Pokemon, which obviously we all know how to do, so we don't need to go through that again. Anyway, I'm actually excited to see what we get in Route 202. We still have some really good encounters over there, and I'm actually hoping for either a Shinx or a Starly. Now I did come to Route 219 and this is just to pick up this antidote. And now that we have this item, I think we can actually make our way out of Sandgem Town and make our way through Route 202 as well. Alright, now that we have got more Pokeballs, I think we can actually go ahead and get our encounter in this route. And it seems like we have got a Starly. Now this is a solid Pokemon and I'm actually gonna try and make sure I have it throughout my playthrough. Especially its fully evolved form, Staraptor is gonna do a lot of damage. Anyway, now that we do have the encounter for Route 202, I think we can actually make our way to Jubilife City. And now that I have actually chosen Chimchar, it kind of seems right that Berry has got Piplup and our another NPC has got Turtwig. Of course, I for some reason do not remember the name of the second NPC, but the trio seems right now with the correct starters, especially when you check out the anime. This is how the starters are supposed to be. Anyway, we have got our Starly and I will go ahead and name all of my Pokemons in this playthrough, so please suggest me any good names. I'm always open to, go ahead and put out the names that you have in the comment section. Well, we are going to be having the first battle of our Nuzlocke challenge. Let's see how it goes. Now this route has 3 trainers and I believe we have few more battles that are coming up before the first gym. But we do have a rival challenge as well, so it's gonna be quite interesting. Alright, he has a Starly, which we do as well. For now, I will just focus on, leveling up my Chimchar, as the first gym does need only Chimchar's help. I mean, we do have Machop right next to the first gym, but I believe it is much better for me to actually use Chimchar than any other Pokemon. Anyway, we were able to defeat him. Alright. And of course, my Starly was in level 3, which is really not that good. I mean, we do get Starlies a bit higher level in this route, but anyway, we can actually go ahead and train it up. Alright, here we have a second trainer and she seems to have 2 Pokemons. Alright, the first one is a Bidoof. Now, I've never used Bidoof before, so having one in my team means that I can actually try and use it. I'm really not sure how long I can actually use a Bidoof. I might try just using it until I fill up all the 6 slots in my team. Or I guess if it goes down before that, I guess it doesn't really matter. Anyway, we were able to defeat the first Pokemon and it seems like Blaze is at level 8. And of course she has a second Bidoof. Okay. At least this one is in level 3, so we should be able to take it down pretty easily. Alright, I guess the Growl doesn't really worry me too much since we do have Ember. Now, I don't think we can get another Pokemon at least until we go out of Jubilife City. So I will try and get the Pokach as soon as possible. Although we do have a very important item that we can get over there, so I'm actually excited about that. Anyway, I quickly healed up my Chimchar and I think we can move on. Now, I didn't really buy any items such as potions. I might have to do that up in the Jubilife City, but I think for Route 202 we are still good. Alright, this trainer has a Shinx, which is pretty cool. I'm actually hoping to get one for myself and let's hope we can actually catch one in Route 203. Alright, I did decide to use Ember as Shinx is in level 5. We do have 2 more trainers in Jubilife City. I do want to go ahead and battle them as well. I think the last time when I went through the playthrough, I actually forgot about those trainers. But this time I have them in my mind, so let's actually make our way to Jubilife City and we can actually go ahead and battle them as well. Anyway, it seems like both Bubbles and Stellar are at level 5, which is pretty good. I know the upcoming battles are gonna be around level 9, and I believe having Chimchar at least around level 8 should actually help us. Anyway, let me actually switch out, and since we have completed all the trainer battles, I do have to just pick up this potion and we can make our way to Jubileef City. And here we are in Jubileef City, which is the first city I believe in this region that we have visited. And of course this trainer's name is Lucas. I might have to keep this in my mind so I don't really forget it. But there goes Lucas. We do have to actually go ahead and find out where Berry is first of all, just to make sure we give him the town map from his mom. Once I do that, we can actually go ahead and battle the 2 trainers in the nursery school. And let's see how that battle actually goes. We might level up a bit more in that battle as well. Well, speaking of Berry, here he is. And he has actually provided us one of the town map, which is pretty good. Now we can actually go ahead and check out the whole region as well. But let me make my way to the right side and challenge both of these trainers. If we do defeat both of them, we do get a TM. It's the TM for workup, and that's actually quite helpful. So let me try and defeat both of them. Alright, this trainer has a Abra, which is a new Pokemon which we haven't yet seen. I believe we can actually find Abras in Route 203 if we are lucky, but the issue is just catching it. It does use teleport as soon as it comes, so that might be a bit tougher. But over here, I almost lost my Starly. This was a really careless mistake from my side. I should have just immediately switched out, but I was really not sure whether this Abra had an electric type move. Now that we know it does have Charge Beam, which is quite a good move for a Abra. I'm pretty sure that kid actually taught this move, as Abra doesn't really learn this move by itself. But at least we were able to get a burn, although I believe we do have to go ahead and take another turn in order to take it down. At least my Chimchar is a bit faster, so I guess we are good. Alright, never mind, the Abra did faint. I do have to just go ahead and heal up my team members before I challenge the next trainer, who is also going to be having a Abra with Charge Beam. So, yep, I just need to heal up my Pokemons constantly these first few episodes. Well, now that my Chimchar and Starly are healed, let me quickly talk to the second trainer. This time, I'm actually hoping the battle will go much better than the last time. I still do have, I believe, Starly in the beginning. But this time I'll quickly go ahead and switch out to Chimchar. That way Starly will definitely get more EXP. This will actually help me a lot, not in the first gym but in the second gym. So let me go ahead and switch out to Chimchar. Alright, it still used Charge Beam and not Teleport. I wonder if this Abra really has Teleport at this point. Anyway, let's quickly use Ember as usual. And we should take 2 turns to actually take down this Abra. At least the Abra is doing less damage to my Chimchar right now. Alright, the special attack is actually decreased. Or is it increased? I really don't know. But we were able to take down the Abra, so that's good. And of course, Bubble is level 6. Not bad. Alright, now that we have defeated both of these trainers, we can actually go ahead and I think talk to the first kid to get our TM. Let me quickly talk to him, and yep, he is gonna be giving us TM 10s. And of course he is actually giving us multiple of them, so if you do have to use one right away, you can actually go ahead and do that. Alright, now that we have battled the two trainers in Jubilee City, I'll quickly go ahead and get my Poketch and we can move on. Alright, now that I've got the Poketch, I've also gone ahead and picked up the Quick Claw that we get. We do have another old rod as well, so I did pick it up. But I think we don't really have to go to Route 204 yet. I know we can get an encounter over here, but finally I decided that I do not want an encounter from there. So we are making our way to Route 203. And of course we do have Barry over here, and we do have to actually battle him as well. Alright, this time he has two Pokemons, and he is actually starting out with a Starly. Now that is pretty cool. We do have a Starly of our own. And it seems like both of our Starlies are actually level 7. So let's see if we can actually win against the Starly. Alright. We did make the first move, but I'm really not sure if this is a speed tie or if my Starly is having a bit more speed. Alright, we still went first the second turn. Now I believe I can actually survive another turn. But it seems like his Starly actually moved first this time, so I believe it was a speed tie. And since I didn't really want to, lose Starly over here, I did decide to actually bring out Bubbles just to make sure that it gets a bit of EXP as well. For now, I think having Bidoof in my team is gonna be a good thing. I will definitely try and keep it around the same level as my team members. But I doubt whether I'll actually use it for much long. Maybe until we finish the first gym. Alright, we have defeated his Starly, which is pretty cool. He is going to be bringing out his starter Pokemon, which is Piplup in this case. Pretty cool to see Piplup in the other side. I mean, the last playthrough I did choose Piplup, so I had it in my side. But this time, we have our opponent Barry, who's going to be having it. Thankfully, Piplup will not actually use Bubble, even though it does know that move in this level, which is pretty cool. At least it's one of those safer things that's actually going to let us move on forward with this game. Anyway, let's see how this is going to go, because Ember, as you can see, is really not doing too much damage. And seems like Piplup is actually having a upper hand over here. Alright, I might have to actually switch out again to Bubble, but let's see how it goes. Now, Piplup did use Growl over here, which means it is trying to actively make this battle a pain. I mean, I really can't do much. I have to either use Ember or use Scratch, and both of them are really not doing the amount of damage that I want them to do. So I guess this battle is gonna take some time, at least 3 more rounds. But we are not taking too much damage, so that's one good thing. Alright, I swear this is the last battle that we're gonna be struggling so hard. The more my Pokemons are gonna level up, the different type of moves they get, and the better I can actually battle with these trainers. I believe that the next time we battle against Berry, I think it will be much faster. Anyway, I did not want to actually get any crit hits, so I did switch out to Bubble. And it seems like Bubble is really not doing too much. The only way for me to actually survive at this point is to just go ahead and heal up my team member. So I did decide to actually heal up Stellar. Alright, it seems like Piplup is still focused in reducing the attack, which is good for us. I mean, at least Bubble does survive this battle. And I did decide to switch out to Stellar. Alright, Stellar is now in full health and should be able to take down the Piplup at that range. I did decide to go with Quick Attack, and alright, for some reason the Quick Claw also activates. Pretty weird, but we were able to defeat the Piplup. Alright. Now that we have defeated Berry over here, I think we can actually go ahead and move on forward. We have a lot of trainers in Route 203 and I do want to actually go ahead and battle all of them. As you might know, Chimchar is really not gonna be a good Pokemon against the first gym. So I do want to make sure that it is at level 13 at least. At that point it might learn a fighting type move. I believe it's called Power Up Punch, so we should be good. Anyway, I did heal my Pokemon, so we should be pretty good for the upcoming battles. I am really not interested in running back and forth to the Pokemon Center, but unfortunately I was not able to find the Pokemart in this town and I was too lazy to go to Sanjam town. So let's just hope I do not have to heal my Pokemons too much. Anyway, here is our first trainer for Route 203 and he has a Bidoof. Alright. Thankfully Stellar over here did learn a new move which is Wing Attack and it does a lot of damage. So this is pretty good. I think Stellar is set to actually go ahead and train up on its own. I don't really have to switch train it anymore due to the Wing Attack. And alright, that was actually a pretty good damage on the Zubat. And of course now my Stellar is confused. Let's see if we can actually hit the move. And we did hit it. Alright, so that was pretty cool. Now this Zubat is down. We have defeated the first trainer in Route 203. Alright, I'm actually excited for the encounter over here, but I do not want to have it right away. Let me actually go around and battle all the trainers in this route, and I think we can actually go ahead with the encounter in the later stage. Alright, it seems like we do have a free Pokeball over here, which is pretty good. We do need to have as many Pokeballs as we can get. Just because that we have a lot of Pokemons that we'll catch initially. And here is the third trainer, or I guess the second trainer of this route. And he has a Kricketot. Alright. Now we do have a chance of actually finding a Kricketot in this route, which I'm really hoping that we do not. I really have no idea what I will do with a Kricketot. It's literally useless. Anyway, it seems like we have to defeat it right here, which shouldn't be too much problem as it uses Bug Buzz, which only lowers the special attack and not the attack. So the tackle doesn't really lose its power. I should be able to take it down in this hit. Oh, apparently not. Okay. I guess one more move. And on top of that, it got a crit hit. So I guess that was lucky for him. Although we were able to take it down. Alright. I believe we have 2 more trainers in this route. Maybe 3. So let's go ahead and quickly defeat them as well. Now it seems like if I'm gonna be training up Bubbles, I might have to actually heal my Pokemons multiple times, as Bidoof doesn't really get that good of a moveset. Anyway, talking of Bidoof, here is another one. And we are gonna be seeing a lot of Bidoofs in these first few routes. After that, I don't think we'll see that, which is pretty good. I mean, Bidoof doesn't really give us that much EXP either. Anyway, this one seems to be at level 4, so we do have only 2 turns to actually take it down. Alright, let's see what is the other Pokemon that this trainer has other than Bidoof. And she has a Starly. Alright. All of these trainers in this route are gonna have the same Pokemon which we have, at least mostly. But I'm actually hoping to catch a Shinx in this route. I know we do get a chance to catch one, and we don't get a chance to catch Shinx after this. So I'm actually hoping to catch one and make sure I have a electric type Pokemon in my team. Let's hope we don't encounter a Abra or a Cricketot. That would be really unfortunate. Alright, she has a Badoo, which is pretty cool. I did use a Badoo in my playthrough and it was amazing. I did struggle a bit with the friendship evolution, but once it evolved into a Rosalia, it was much helpful and it did take through a lot of the tougher battles. Anyway, we have defeated this trainer as well. Alright, that was pretty good. Alright, healing up my Pokemons are the new thing for this route. I have literally healed them 3 times right now and I might have to heal them up again. Seems like this trainer has a Machop. Alright, that's actually pretty cool. We don't really get to catch a Machop until we reach the Auburg city. So it's quite nice to see one over here. Well, I didn't really realize it was a Machop immediately, so I still had my Bidoof in the front. I'm not really sure why that happened. And I was afraid that Machop might take me down over here. Thankfully, even though it was a crit hit, Bidoof did survive. Literally thought I had my first death in the first episode of this Nuzlocke challenge. That would have been really bad. But thankfully Bidoof survived and I was quickly able to just switch out into Stellar. Alright, we should be able to take down the Machop with a wing attack and we are good. Alright, I'm not gonna be making that mistake again. I really need to see which Pokemons the opponent is gonna have. Otherwise, this might happen. Anyway, he did only have Machop, so that is good. And of course, I had to heal up my Bidoof. The poor thing just almost got killed. Anyway, this is the last trainer for this route. And she has 2 Pokemons. The first one is a Starly. Alright, we should be able to take down the Starly at least with the Bidoof. Or else it's gonna be much tougher. Anyway, let me quickly use Tackle. And it seems like her Pokemons are quite underleveled. I mean, literally it's at level 5. Okay, that is much easier for my Bidoof to take down. And her Starly is down. Alright, Bubble is now at level 9, catching up with the other team members. And it has actually learned Rollout, which is a pretty good move. And it seems like she has a Bidoof of her own. So we should be able to take it down as well. Rollout over here is a risky move to have. I mean, it's one of those gambling moves. You really don't know whether you'll win or you'll lose. So I don't think I'll use that move too much, especially if it's on my Bidoof. But let's see how it goes. Alright, one more move and we should be able to take down this Bidoof as well. And we have defeated all the trainers in Route 203. This is pretty good. So we are gonna go to a new area. But before that, let me quickly get my encounter and we should be good. Alright, we did have a Ripple over here. This should actually help me a lot. But I still didn't get my encounter. Let's hope we do get. And we get a shiny Shinx. What? Okay, I was not expecting a shiny Shinx. This is amazing. I mean, I did want a Shinx, but I'll gladly take a shiny Shinx. This is amazing. I think this makes my Nuzlocke challenge much fun. Actually, I have not caught a shiny Shinx even in my normal playthrough, so this is pretty cool. Alright, now that we have Shinx over here, I do not want to risk hurting it. I do not know how much, whether it can actually take a tackle from Bidoof. So I did try a second Pokeball and we were able to catch it. Alright. We have got a shiny Shinx and I am definitely gonna be adding it to my team. This is amazing. Alright. And here are my team members, the current ones. And here is the shiny Shinx. Not bad. I really like it. And even though it is at level 4 for now, I think I'll go ahead and train up all of my team members to be a bit higher. I mean, we do have a few trainer battles coming up and I think they will level up pretty fine. But I will still focus on leveling up my Chimchar as I do want it to actually learn the fighting type move. Well, here we are in Auberg Mine and this is one of those places in a game that we usually forget actually exists. I mean, Auberg Mine is so small that I usually just forget it. But this time, once we get our first gym badge, I'll quickly come back and try to get the items. Once we have the items, I think then we can move on. At least that's my plan. But of course, we do have to actually go through the Auberg Mine. I just wanted to make sure I get my encounter for the Auberg Mine. That means I'll get another Pokemon back in the other Auberg Mines that we're going to be visiting. And of course we get a Geodude. Alright. I mean, we do have a chance of getting a Geodude, Onyx or sometimes a Zubat in this cave. Or mine rather. And I believe that having a Geodude is pretty cool. I've never used it in my team and I really don't know how well it goes. It is of course a rock and ground type, so going against a grass type would be really bad for Geodude. Anyway, let me try and catch this one. Seems to be giving me a bit of a trouble. But I did use a second Ember and we have brought it down to the perfect health. I think we can actually try using a Pokeball at this point. And let's see if we can actually catch it. Alright, here we go. And I guess I'll keep this Geodude in my team for now, just to fill the 6 slots. But personally, I really am not sure if I want to use it. Maybe in the later point of this game, I might decide to actually use it. Anyway, here we have the Geodude. Even though this is a really small part of the mine, we still have to battle 2 trainers. The first one is right here and he has a Shinx. Now this is pretty cool as the Shinx actually has the ability Intimidate. Unfortunately, I think my Shinx did not have it. At least I don't remember it showing up. So I might not have that ability. But nonetheless, I think Shinx is pretty cool and I should still be fine with using it. And we are going to be taking down this Shinx with the Ember. Alright, that was a pretty good battle. And of course, my Shinx is actually leveling up pretty fast since it's the lowest level Pokemon. And now that we have defeated the first trainer, I think we can actually run about. And here is the second trainer. Alright, let's see how much Pokemon she has. Okay, 2 is not bad. And of course she has a Badoo. This should be pretty fun. I think we should be able to take it down in one hit. Now the one issue that I really faced when I was taking care of a Badoo is the friendship level. Immediately if you lose a battle with Badoo, then its friendship level actually goes down. And bringing it up again is much difficult. I think my Badoo was at least at level 23 or 24 when it actually evolved into a Roselia, which is very far. It's always recommended to evolve your Badoo at least under level 10. That way it will be able to get the moves that Roselia gets, or else you might actually miss out from it. Anyway, this trainer actually has a Psyduck, which is pretty cool. I think we can actually get a Psyduck in this mines as well. But since I have already caught the Geodude, I really can't get this Psyduck, which is fine. I believe we get a lot of water type Pokemons in Route 205, so we shouldn't have too much trouble. Anyway, we have defeated this trainer as well. And finally, we are making our way to Auberg City, which is pretty cool. I mean, unless we are being interrupted by a Geodude right here. Alright, I have been actually battling all the encounters till now. Any encounter that I get when I'm running around in a grass, I usually go ahead and defeat them. I'll do the same for this Geodude over here as well, as it does actually help me level up my Chimchar over here. Anyway, we are actually at a pretty good level with Chimchar, as it's almost at level 12. This should actually help me because we still have around 2 more trainers around in the Auberg mine, and by battling them I think we should be able to get to level 13 or level 14. Anyway, we have defeated this Geodude. Pretty cool. And let's quickly get out of this mine. It's quite stuffy in there. Alright, we are finally in Auberg City. Not bad. So now that we have reached Auberg City, I believe this is a perfect place for us to actually go ahead and end out this episode. But before we end out this episode, I want to go around the Auberg City and collect all of the items that we get. So let me actually do that. And we have a Pokemart in Auberg City, which is quite useful for me. I do have to actually go ahead and buy a few potions. I believe we can actually get another encounter as well, that is in Route 207, just in the right side of Auberg City. I'll try and see which Pokemon I get. Nothing really exciting over there. We already have a Geodude, so the other choices would be either a Ponyta or I guess a Machop. Either of them are fine. I am not really too focused on this route. Anyway, I did go around and get a Great Ball as well as a Dusk Ball, so that is pretty cool. And let's quickly get our encounter in Route 207 as well. Right. And we have got a Machop. Not bad. This is cool. I'll go ahead and add it to my team as well. Machop should be able to help us in the first gym, just in case my Chimchar is not really ready. But I believe we can still manage with Chimchar, as it does get a few fighting type moves. I think that is one of the additions for this game, which makes it much easier with the fire type as well. Anyway, now that we have Machop at the perfect health, I'll quickly try and catch it with a Pokeball. I have been trying to use my Pokeball more just to make sure I use it all up. I haven't really bought any new, I just have the ones that Lucas gave us before. And I think the only thing I'll be spending money on for now is gonna be potions. We need a lot of them, especially in the beginning of these games. I think 1 or 2 more episodes and we should be good after that. Anyway, now that we have caught the Machop, let me actually quickly pick up some items in this route. I believe there are around 2 items. One is a Pokeball over here and the other one is another Pokeball. Okay, we are getting a lot of random Pokeballs over here. Really not helpful, but I guess it's fine. Alright, we have got another Machop. I wonder if the Machop catch rate in this route is much higher, as we did see 2 of them, one after the other. Well, thankfully my Chimchar does know Power Up Punch now, and that should be doing a lot of damage on the rock type Pokemons. So I do feel like we are actually ready. But before we enter the gym, we do have to go through the other part of the Auberg mine, which I believe I can actually go ahead and cover up in the next episode. So I guess this is a pretty good place for me to actually end out this one. Alright, this has been actually pretty fun, especially since we got a shiny Shinx. So thank you all for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. I am really excited to share this Nuzlocke challenge with you guys. And let's see how it goes. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.